Good afternoon, and I want to welcome you all to this very interesting session that we have today on electric vehicles shaping the future of sustainable mobility. This is our 10th summit, and therefore it's very important for us that we look at the next 10 years. And I think one of the areas of looking at what will shape the future is really trying to see that how mobility will change and how sustainable mobility would come into play, and which is what this session is all about. In India, of course, as you know, this is still early days for sustainable mobility. Worldwide, we are seeing some changes, and I'm sure the panelists who are representing different types of organizations would give us that flavor both globally as well as domestically. I must say that we are very, very honored to have Mr. Ambud Sharma, who's the additional secretary, Department of Heavy Industries, who's really one of the mentors and the visionaries behind the electric vehicle mission, the electric mobility mission that was launched by the Government of India in 2013. This is a huge opportunity as I see it, and I think all of us as stakeholders who are wanting to see that the next 10 years really become sustainable, really give us those solutions, need to look at electric vehicles and sustainable mobility with a very serious lens. These are early days, as I said, so there are many challenges. I'm sure this panel will also discuss what are the challenges and maybe what are the solutions to overcome them. And there are experiences from around the world which maybe we can learn from, and therefore, the panel would probably focus on that as well. As I mentioned, as the CII-ITC Center, and I mentioned this even during the first session, we basically are looking at the next 10 years as 10 years when sustainability is completely mainstream. Business models, business processes, and companies who are running these businesses integrate sustainability. And one of the ways to do that is to look at how you can create solutions, and sustainable mobility is a solution. Electric vehicle is a way you achieve sustainable mobility. So these would be very important, and even Dr. Gokaran talked about it in the morning, that how solutions would emerge and business models will change. For that, we also need to change the ecosystem, and I think we have different players from the ecosystem here who will say what they are doing and how they map the next 10 years and how the ecosystem is likely to evolve. So I think this session will give us a very interesting understanding of where we are, but also how in the next 10 years we can hope to see this issue of sustainable mobility really getting mainstreamed in countries like India. Smart cities is another opportunity where I think there's a huge opportunity. I mentioned again in my opening remarks that it's about being smart by having electric vehicles, digitization, cleanliness, and affordability. I think that is also one question that we need to ask ourselves, that how much will this become affordable, and I'm sure this panel will talk about that as well. So without much delay, I'm very, very glad to welcome all our panelists here today, and I would like to now invite Mr. Philip Wonsar, President BMW India, to please give his welcome remarks.